What's going on, everyone? It's Brian, aka Dusk. I want to start off this video with apologizing. This I was supposed to, well, wanted to create a video every day for each day of week one of a new server. Unfortunately, work and family did tie me up a couple of days, so I was not able to do that. However, I did want to make sure I did a video that did a recap of everything as well as show the results of week one and compare it to the goals of my guide. I have updated my guide slightly to adjust to more realistic, especially for training, based on how I felt things were for this week one. Um, and we will go over that as well. Let me make sure I have that pulled up, actually. That would be very important to make sure that's pulled up. All right. So the goal for week one, the full end of the week goal, was to do the following. It was to reach level 41, get the top 10 damage in the world boss, maintain top 20 in the gym, have our CP reach 250,000, have our team reach 8 stars, and train to between close +2 and close +4. This is one of the things I tweaked. Clear floor, well, claim the rewards at floor 30 of Victory Road. Clear every normal adventure chapter allowed for your level. Clear as many difficult adventures as you can while receiving 3 stars. I do have a slight update on that as well. And then try to have at least 3 Pokemon with talent slot or talent floor 4 and 5 active. So if we look at my team, now I will say, well, my server here, I will say I have managed to do most of this. I did not have a lot of luck with my team. I ended up also switching my team on around day 6 because I did get a little bit of luck pulling some Suicunes. So I switched last minute to a slight water build here, which I replaced my Butterfree, my Rhyperior, and my Hitmonchan with those 3. I did keep Snorlax, Greninja, and Diancie. My reasoning behind Snorlax and Diancie is they're both really good early game control builds. Snorlax does a really good chance for singular stun. Diancie gets also that chance for singular stun with also a heal effect and also some minor fairy damage, which can help against the very strong early game dragon team. The water, as I said, I threw that kind of together at the last minute. It did take up most of my resources to switch over and start catching Gyarados. As you see, I did not get either of those, Gyarados or Mega Diancie. Well, not Mega Diancie, Diancie to 8 stars. I just didn't have enough balls, Pokeballs, to fully catch what I needed. Also, it was taking so many Pokeballs to actually catch any of these. It was very difficult to find Diancie in the Alola region, so I had to wait for the timed islands. And of course, then there's competition for those, as well as um, just having to wait 5 minutes between every single one. You basically have to sit there for 2 hours trying to catch them all. My Gyarados, I did get a couple really good natures as part of my catching for him as well, though. As for my position, I did finish at 5th in the CP ranking. There was one free-to-play player ahead of me. He was at 4th. And then the couple VIP players were 1, 2, and 3. I did get few Palkia shards. I think it was 25, and a blue Shadow Kill. Shadow Kill is a very useful TM for later in the game. Preferably, it would have been nice to have gotten 1 or 2 or 3 to get the purple or gold orange version. I will say I did make another mistake though when it comes to the gym. When I switched all my Pokemon around, I forgot to go back to the gym and switch it there too. So my rank in the gym went from top 10 to top 20 because of the fact that I forgot to switch them out. So that was on me. World Boss, I did not manage to ever accomplish that goal though. World Boss getting top 10 damage reward for that. Actually, I think I got it once, one day. The rest of the time I failed. And so that was a bummer. It means I missed out on a lot of purple held items. I had to waste a lot of the medals on the blue held items, which just do not give much of a boost at all. So that was a real bummer. So in summary for the week 1, I managed to find a server that didn't have a lot of VIPs, so it was a very balanced server. And then, but I also had severe bad luck when it came to my summons, as well as actually catching any Pokemon, because it was just very difficult. They just were not staying in the Pokeballs. For those of you going into a new week, into a new server, I do recommend checking out the guide, trying to accomplish each of the day-to-day goals. It will definitely, as a free-to-play player, help you stay competitive. I'm not going to guarantee it's going to give you top 5, top 10, anything. This is, again, just a recommendation. This is what I know is possible. I did believe it was possible to go a little bit beyond, but I think that's if you had better luck. I think you could actually get a CP closer to 275,000. I am going to probably start 1 or 2 other new servers at some point to test some things. I really don't like playing free to play on new servers, because then it's like at least just continuously like doing a new server over and over again for testing, because then it kind of just fills a server slot that somebody else could be actually playing. But they do server merges and stuff like that periodically, which should make it where these leftover ghost accounts of mine just won't matter anymore. If you do happen to be on one of the servers that I am doing any of my testing free to play stuff, and at the end of week 1 or week 2, if I'm like, hey, I'm not playing anymore on this server, do you want my any shards I have, any rainbow diamonds I have, whatever, I am more than willing to do that, as long as you're on the same server or same server group as me. Where we can just meet up in Alola by the trading area and trade those off. I am more than happy to do that. And if you're not in the server range to be able to do that, then I'm sorry. But again, as a recap, check out this guide. It gives you a lot of good details of what you should shoot for every day. The first day or so, you're probably going to be putting in a little bit of extra time. And then when it comes to ideally when the timed island opens up on day 3, the daily realm island opens up on day 3 with the world tournament, you can go in and catch some Pokemon. Those Pokemon will have advanced natures, chances at Mega Brave like 4 and even 5, I think. And just natures of level 4. It's a very good place to get the Pokemon you need to boost your team. The only downside is there's a lot more competition on that island, and there is a very good chance that you're just going to go through all of your Pokeballs very quickly. In regards to the only other tweak I have for this is with the availability of the continuous login reward, the daily reward of Pokeballs. Every day you log in, you get a increasingly more amount of Pokeballs. I do not think it is necessary to do difficult adventures as much as you can while receiving 3 stars. The upside of completing the difficult adventures and getting 3 stars on all of them is that you would get some summon tokens, you would get some Pokeballs and Great Balls, and you would get the mechanical arms necessary for the Pokeball Factory. Well, the continuous login rewards are going to give you so much more Pokeballs than that Pokeball Factory will ever give you. So, take your time on the difficult adventures. Unless you're really shooting to try to just bust through them as fast as possible so that you can do more summons early as a free-to-play player to get some of those summon rewards. If you're trying to play the long game, don't even bother with them right away. Do the first 3 or 4 chapters or something like that within your first 2 weeks, and then just periodically do them as you have just leftover stamina. The biggest downside to free to play is that you are very limited to your resources. You can only buy a certain amount of gold per day. You can only buy 100 stamina. You are definitely going to be relying on the daily stamina rewards, as well as any stamina from friends and codes that may exist. Gold is a little different. There are ways of getting gold. You can check out the resource guide for some more information on that. There are ways to finagle and get a little bit of gold here and there when you need it. But when you're not able to get a constant influx of the normal and rare Pokemon from summons or from catching, it makes it difficult to do your talents. So you're not able to have those extra Pokemon that you can recycle and then sell shards for gold. So it's very... resource management is extremely interesting in week 1 and even beyond that for free-to-play players. Let's jump back to the account here. So as I said, this account, I will probably play it a little bit. I might play it for 7 more days, because there is some interest in some of how free-to-play players can do in the first 2 weeks as well. But after that, I will probably see if there's anybody within this server range, and I'll just kind of trade off what can be traded off. But with that, I want to thank you all for watching, and please tune in for more videos to come, and I'll see you all next time.